Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. This is Majib Qazi and you're watching my YouTube channel. I was going to make a request. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click the button and make sure that you get the notification about the Kashmir updates. On July 24th, Indian Prime Minister Modi invited like-minded people from Kashmir, giving an impression to the world that these are the people who represent people of Kashmir. And these are the stooges and the touts of the BJP who have always worked for the benefit and for the favor of ruling regime in India and have served to their benefit for the sake of being in power in Kashmir against the aspiration and the will of the people of Kashmir. Almost 2 years is going to be completed on August 5th of 2021 when India revoked Article 370 and 35A of its constitution illegally to take away autonomous status of state of Jammu and Kashmir. So obviously there was a huge pressure from the international world on India against the human rights violation that were taking place in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. India has a stated policy under BJP rule led by the Nazi ideology of Narendra Modi. His policy was to keep the people of Kashmir in isolation and use aggressive force, torture, clamp down on the media, internet to be shut down, and not to reinstate the special status that was given to state of Jammu and Kashmir, taking away their rights to protest, right to raise their voice. And obviously all of this was happening under the guise of security and the betterment of people of Kashmir. But that did not sell. People of Kashmir are resilient. They are not going to compromise for their just cause, which was promised to them by the international community, which was to give them the right of self-determination and let them make a decision what is it that they want to do for their future. But because of this aggressive force, 1 million boots on the ground, clamp down, curfew, torture, oppression in the region, India thought that they would probably subdue the demand of the people of Kashmir by force. But that didn't happen. Now, in less than 2 years, India realized that they need to reverse their policy. So they're trying to take the U-turn, but look how smartly the game is being played. They invited about 14 leaders who have always been on their side, who have always served the interest of New Delhi, interest of the ruling regime of New Delhi. Never ever they represented the aspiration of people of Kashmir. So these 14 people who were brought in, the Muftis, the Abdullahs, and these are the people who have been ruling Kashmir for generation after generations. And now we realize that Mahbooba Mufti, once she made a statement that it was a mistake at the time of partition in 1947. Jinnah was right that we should have acceded with Pakistan versus India because India has stabbed us on our back. But after a year and a half gone by, they're back again in the same camp. So this Guptar gang was actually got invited at the New Delhi in meetings. And not to forget that, India has so far achieved its objectives by giving like 3.5 million people have already been given a domicile in India. They can come and own the land in the state of Jammu and Kashmir and find the jobs. And basically that is a stab on the back of the people of Kashmir. So these are all cosmetic and political gimmicks that India is playing. So a lot of people think these leaders who have been invited in the meetings are actually the true representatives of people of Kashmir, but they are not. They are actually serving the interest of Indian regime. And now this regime wanted to accomplish something to pursue the agenda by playing this game in the eyes of international community. These were their underlying objectives, but now these objectives are being given some sort of a legitimacy by playing a political game. And this is how India is playing the game, and I'm going to explain it to you guys, see how this whole thing is being played out. India has always wanted Kashmir to be a union territory, a state that is just like Arunachal Pradesh, Punjab, or any other state, to be part of Indian Union territory. For that, what they have asked to just these people, so-called Kashmiri leaders, to submit a demands to the New Delhi that we want to acquire a statehood status for Jammu and Kashmir. Now this is exactly what India has always wanted. The second demand that was actually by putting the words into the mouth of these leaders was to hold election. Well, these people have always been part of the election. They have always been part of the ruling regime. They have never let other parties to win election who are not in the camp of New Delhi. So election would be manipulated because 3.5 million domiciles have already been issued to the non-state actor of India who would come in and basically try to project as if they're Kashmiris, and they will jeopardize the legitimacy of the elections. So election, this would be used in the international community as if India has fulfilled its promise to hold elections. But this will all be a stage drama where the vision will be accomplished under the guise of election. The third demand that is coming from the Kashmiri leaders to New Delhi, and this is again being played, I want you to keep this one in perspective, that it's being played again, that we want to make sure that the domicile laws are protected, where the jobs are guaranteed and the rights to own the land is guaranteed. Well, they have already changed the laws. They have already started giving the land to the non-Kashmiris, and the demography is being changed. The dynamics of the states are already being changed. So by asking them that we need to have this some sort of a protections, basically what they are trying to do is they're not asking the reinstatement of Article 35A, which guarantees that no one from outside of Kashmir can come and buy the land. It's the right of the people of Kashmir, but that right would be taken away. And the fourth one is the return of the Kashmiri Pandits. So this was again a political movement, a political game that was played to divert the attention of the world, as if there was a rift between the Muslims and the Pandits in Kashmir, so that they want them to be returned. They have always been the part and parcel of Kashmir. People of Kashmir, irrespective of their ethnicity, religious background, they have been living together for centuries. So this was a political game that was played, and I'm going to be interviewing some of the leaders from the Kashmir who are Pandits, and they will themselves testify that how India is playing a dirty game to divide the people of Kashmir on the basis of religion and ethnicity. And the fifth demand that, it's another political game that they're trying to play. The fifth one is to release the political leadership and the activist. So now, obviously, there are people that India wants to release, but the real leadership, such as Yasin Malik, Shabir Shah, and alike Hurriyat leaders, they will still be under arrest. They will still be in the jail. They will not be given their, the council right, and they will not be released. And obviously, India has always wanted to take away even the name of Kashmir. So they're trying to create two states. One is Jammu and the other one is Ladakh, and both of them they want to keep it under the administration of New Delhi against the wishes and aspiration of people of Kashmir. That's all I have for right now. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Stay tuned to the channel so that you can be updated about the current situation that is happening on ground. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.